Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the third and last web conference for the course Academic Writing. We are working on task 6. In a week, we are going to start working on task 7, and based on task 7, we'll be doing task 8. That's what we are doing right now. So task 6, if you check instructions on task 6, is divided in 4 steps, meaning 4 weeks, 1 step per week. First week, you do the selection. It should be done by now. I need to know what type of essay is each one. Each one of you is gonna work with. Step 2 is the PPT presentation, the PowerPoint presentation, and I am giving you the template with every explanation on it, so there's no excuse for not understanding how to do the template. Step 3, ask 2 meaningful questions to at least one of the classmates' presentations, meaning based on the presentations, you are going to do the questions, okay? You have to check the presentation first and then do the questions. And you have to answer questions made to you by your classmates. And finally, you organize all your PPTs in a flipbook. You already know how to do this because it's very similar to the activity we do with paragraphs. Now then, the PPT presentation right here, this is the template. These templates have some bubbles, as you can see right here. You click on the bubbles and you will read what it says. So in this case, it says title, name of the selected type of essay. So if you are working with argumentative essay, you will write down here argumentative essay. Okay, if you're working on descriptive, that's what you're going to write down right here. In this one, it says the concept, okay, the definition of the essay you are explaining. And in this case, you are going to need in-text citation. In-text citation means that since those definitions are not ours, they are from other authors that have already researched on the topic and have worked with those definitions, then we have to give them credit. There are different ways to give credit to authors. The first one, you got the last name, then the year, explains that, and then you use quotations when you copy and paste the information from one place to another. And you need, in parentheses, the page number. Why the page number? Because that will give us a certainty of the kind of source we are using. If there are no page number in the sources that you are using, then they are not very good sources. Academic sources like articles and chapters of books, ebooks, even magazines, they have page numbers. So if you are using a blog, I do not really recommend you to use a blog. It's not very academic, okay? Another way to do it is by paraphrasing. Paraphrasing means that you read the material and then you are going to use your own words to say what the material is saying, okay? Your own words, not copy and paste, your own words. And that way you'll paraphrase. That happens too with translations. If you are translating from Spanish to English, that translation you are doing is called a paraphrasing. So you have to give credit to the person that did it in Spanish, and then, of course, include the last name, the year, whatever you're paraphrasing, and the page number again, okay? Yeah, I forgot to copy that and the page number. And the other way to do it is by writing down, copying and pasting everything. Like, let's say I copy all this and paste it. So I don't need quotations if it is more than 45 words, but I do need, again, the last name and the year and the page number. Okay, and that would be on a special kind of paragraph, like this, more or less. So this little paragraph here, would be like a copy and paste with more than 45 words. If it is just a regular paragraph copying a regular in-text citation, then there's no need to do the special space, the indentation here. This is the one that I need indentation. Okay, so that's the definition. Whatever source you are using right here on this definition, you need to use it in your references, okay? And we'll come back to this slide in a little while. Now, slide 3 is about the components or the parts of the type of essay you are explaining. Now, every essay will have an introduction, a body, and a conclusion. But what you need to do is to explain what kind of things you need in each one of those parts according to your type. If it is an argumentative essay, your thesis statement has to argue a subject, right? You have to say yes or no, and then all your essay will be based on whatever you decide. If it is a persuasive essay, your thesis statement needs to convince the readers that whatever you are saying, whatever you're writing is correct. If you're doing a descriptive essay, then your thesis statement is going to give the name of the whatever you are describing. So each type requires a specific thesis statement. And in the introduction, of course, each type of paragraph will have different information. So some essays will ask you for 2 ideas to develop, some essays will ask you for 3 ideas to develop, some essays from 1, etc., etc. So you have to explain that part right here on this slide. Same happens with the topic, with the body paragraphs. How many body paragraphs do you need for the type of essay you're explaining, and what those topic sentences will say in each one of the paragraphs of your body paragraphs. And finally, the conclusion. You also need to explain here, according to the type of essay, what are you expected to conclude. Okay, that would be number 3. Number 4, and here it says picture of an example of your selected essay and the reference where to find it. So here I have the picture. Let's see, can move it if I want it, and I have my APA reference from this one. Okay, so this one is from Polito. It is called Single Parent Struggle. It's a PDF, and I retrieved this specific essay from here. Okay, why do I need this? Because if you take the picture, then I'm going to check the essay by copying this, going over here and checking that whatever you posted there is correct. It is Polito, and this is an essay. Okay, here I have it, so I can check it. So Chris Polito is the student, Paola Brown is the teacher. That is why in my reference I write down Polito, because that's the author. He's the author of the essay. This is what you do on slide 4. Careful here, you need to do this right. Okay. Right here on slide 5, outline of your selected essay example. So if here I'm using Polito, Single Parent Struggle, and I'm going to go here because it's very hard to read. I read, for many years, children growing up in single-parent family have been viewed as different. Being raised by only one parent seems impossible to many, yet over the decades it has become more prevalent. In today's society, many children have grown up to become emotionally stable and successful, whether they had one or two parents to show them the rocky path that life bestows upon all human beings. The problem lies in the difference of children raised by single parents versus children raised by both a mother and a father. Does a child need both parents? Does a young boy need a father figure around? Does the government provide help for single parents? What role do step-parents and step-siblings play? With much speculation, this topic has become a very intriguing argument. What people must understand is that properly raising a child does not rely on the structure of a family, but should be more focused on the process or values that are taught to these children as they learn to mature. Children of single parents can be just as progressive with emotional, social, and behavioral skills as those with two parents. So this over here is the introduction, right? If I want to write down my whole introduction according to the type of paragraph, I will write down that whole paragraph right here. But since I'm using this as a helper, over here I will write down the thesis statement of that essay. So my thesis statement on this essay is what people must understand. Here, children of single parents can be just as progressive with emotional, social, and behavioral skills as those with two parents. This could be a thesis statement, or children growing up in a single parent family have been viewed as different. It might be. So the job here is for you to find the thesis statement and the main idea in each one of the paragraphs, and in your conclusion too, and write down that right here according to the parts that you have. So if you have 3 parts, you will write down a little example based on this example you got, okay? That would be slide 5. That's the most complicated part because it means that you need to read your essay, understand the parts of that essay, and write down right here what is asked from you, okay? And finally, the references page. And look at all these little bubbles, messages I write down here. References according to APA rules. Notice the difference between articles, digital files, ebooks, videos, etc. So you see this bubble. Once you finish this, you just erase the bubble. Here, this one that I wrote Munoz M 2018 is because I was playing around with this one. So whatever author you use here, it needs to go right here. If you found the information on an article from a journal, this is the way it looks, okay? You need the name of the article right here and the journal name right here in italics with volume and page numbers. Then retrieved. You can write down the date when you retrieve the article if you know it's gonna be modified over time. If not, this part is not necessary and you just write down retrieved from and then wherever you took the information from. Notice this is a French indentation. Every one of the references have a French indentation. You just need last name and the initial letter for the first name, no more, okay? This is the way you do video, a video file from YouTube. Here, this one, Polito, look, is a PDF file, and Polito is the one that I use here, so of course I need to have it on my references as well. And so this is pretty much what you need to do. Now, you have to erase this because you are not using the references I have there. And you have to raise all the bubbles and do here your references, okay? So that's what you are doing for your PPT presentation, and that's what you need to post in the forum, right here. You need to post it. So I can check it very quickly, see if you got the idea, if you have probably maybe you found an essay that did not correspond to the type that you are writing, so I am going to let you know. But you have to do that this week so that I can give you proper feedback. If not, I can't, okay? That's task 6. Once you finish doing this presentation, then you will ask 2 meaningful questions to at least one of the classmates' presentations. So the questions are based on the presentations. So you have to watch the presentation and then ask your questions, okay? If you are asking questions to a student that has not published the presentation, those questions are not valid because the questions need to be based on the presentation. And finally, just like we did last time, you just create a flipbook with your group. Now this time is easier because you all have the same template. So the magazine is going to look more organized, okay? And that's task 6. Very easy. There's no biggie there, but if you have any questions whatsoever about the activity, just let me know. Remember that I'm on Skype every single morning from Monday to Friday, if it is not a holiday, of course. I'm here. All right. Simultaneously with task 6, you need to work on task 7. And task 7 is found in the practical learning environment. Okay? So if you go to your academic writing, you go to practical learning environment and you click on Guide for the Development of the Practical Component, Task 6, Essay Outline. And here you have the guide and you have the template. I'm giving you the template. So I will open my template over here because I already have it. Right. Wait, it's not here. Oh yeah, outline template. This is the template you are working on for your task 7, okay, on this template. But we need the activity guide to understand what we are doing. So I'm going to go here and I open the guide to do this activity, task 6. Remember, you find this activity in the practical learning environment. And it says here that we are going to work on a 5-paragraph argumentative essay outline. And step 1, read the material about argumentative essay writing found in the knowledge environment. So here you have to go to the knowledge environment. And we are on Unit 3, essays, and writing a 5-paragraph essay. This is the material we need. Oh, here we go again. Okay, I need to go, if that happens to you, go to the biblioteca or library, and then everything you need, I just copy the title, open it, and it's the first book we have here. Everything you need to know about writing a 5-paragraph essay. You can see the complete text on PDF. And there you go. Writing a 5-paragraph essay. Okay? So first of all, you need to read all this material because it's going to help you to do the task. All right. That comes right here. That's step 1. Step 2. Following the template found in the practical learning environment, write an outline for a 5-paragraph argumentative essay, agreeing or disagreeing with one of the following statements. And here you have 5 options. You choose whatever option you want out of these 5. Okay? Schools should distribute birth control to teens. Schools should start at a later time of day. Marijuana should be legalized. Student loans should be forgiven. Schools are too dependent on technology. So I'm going to say B. That's the title. I come back to my template and so this is my topic. Schools should start at a later time of day. So on my template it says, depending on the statement you choose, give a possible title. It must be catchy. So schools should start at a later time of day. I don't know, lazy schools for everyone. I got my title. It's catchy and it got the reader interested. Here, of course, it goes your name. See, write your full name. And once you write down your full name, you eliminate the comment here. J. Doe. Okay. This is my name, of course. You're not going to modify it because I'm your tutor. And here is the date. So today would be what? November 7th, 2018. All right. You write down the date you started working on your template. Okay, it says hook. It is extremely important to provide the effective opening line for the whole essay, defining the further path for writing. So this could be a hook. I will, of course, modify it a little bit later on, but for now it works. And my thesis statement, since this is an argumentative essay, is where I say if I agree or disagree with the topic. And to do this, you have many options. You have, in my opinion, schools should start at a later time of day. That's the thesis statement, okay? So you just have to tell me here, right here, if you agree or disagree. Why do you agree or disagree with the statement? And so that is why argument 1, argument 2, argument 3, just one sentence that tells us why do you think this is a good idea or why do you think it's a bad idea, depending on whatever decision you are planning to argue. So I don't know, I just think of something regarding later time of day. I read somewhere that teenagers do not, their brain do not properly work in the morning. It works much better in the afternoon. So that could be one of my arguments. You know, according to science, teens' brain work better in the afternoon than in the morning. Okay, that's one argument. I need another argument. Well, I don't know. It could be something like, and it's very personal. The morning should be a space to do family time with whoever is at home. That's kind of an idea. So you write down your arguments right here. You need 3 reasons why yes or no. Okay, you need 3, 1 and 2 and 3. And then when you do your body, you will explain, okay, firstly, scientist says that your brain works better in the afternoon. Example, and so I go and look information about it. So I don't know, I say twin 15 says that, and then I copy blah 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 blah, and here I go page 10. Okay, and so here, for example, I'm using an author as an example. Another example, it could be more familiar. It could be, you know what, my brother used to study in the afternoon, and he did wonderful at school. One of my brothers, my other brother, instead, he used to go in the morning, and it was not so good for him. So that's a personal example I can use too. Okay, brother A against brother 2. I mean B. I'm using A and B. Okay, so this is how you will complete your outline. Okay, for example 3, and then something that catches all this information in a persuasive phrase. Like, you know, scientists might be right. It's all about the brain. So that could be a persuasive phrase. Then you go secondly, and then you will have your argument number 2, which will become your topic sentence 2. This would be your topic sentence 1. And thirdly would be your topic sentence 3. Okay, and here you can have another author's idea to help you out with your example. Here you can have another author's idea to help you out. Okay, finally, you will have your conclusion. And so once you finish this, of course, remember to eliminate these comments. They are there just to help you out, but you don't need them. This is the way it should look. Here you need your thesis statement one more time, but of course with different words. A restatement of topic sentence 1, 2, and 3, and a final clincher, a final sentence that makes the reader says, wow, yeah, you know what, I agree with you. So that's the last one, okay, clincher. And do not forget your references according to APA style. So if you are using authors right here, they should go right here, okay? A link on their own is not a reference. Say you find this information and you find it right here. So you copy this link and you say, okay, I got it. Here is my reference. There you go. And I'm like, okay, this is not a reference. This is a link. A link is not a reference. You are missing the last name of the author. You are missing the initial. You are missing the year. Okay, if it is a book, if it is a video, if it is whatever you are using, and then retrieved from, and then you can have the link title of whatever you are using. If it is an article, remember you need the name of the journal, etc., etc., etc. Okay, so this is your task 7. This is individually done. No one knows what you are going to write about. Your classmates are not going to know about it. But I will know, because when you come back here to your academy writing course and you go to the monitoring and evaluation environment, here you see task 7. It's individual. You have to submit your outline right here. And you have until the 28th to do it. But you have to start working on now. It's gonna be available from next week on November 14th. You can start delivering your outlines. If they are too bad, I will let you know and say, you know what, do it again, because if not, you are going to have a very bad grade. In the guide for the development of the practical component, task 7, you'll see the evaluation rubric for that outline. I will check the pragmatic competence, the references, grammar, and spelling. Okay, those are the 4 items I will be evaluating on your outline for a maximum of 50 points. Okay, most of the points are in the pragmatic component or the competence, where I'll check if it's coherent, if it is an argumentative type of outline, if you follow the template, meaning this one. Okay, all this needs to be complete. Every single space right here needs to be complete with at least one complete sentence. Okay, so this is actually the thesis statement. In my opinion, schools should start at a later time of day, period. There, that's my thesis statement. I need a hook. My hook can be very relating to my title, for example. Or I can find a quotation from an author, you know, an author that says that to study on during the afternoon, it's the best. I can use that right here on my hook. All right, so this is task 7. Remember, you can start working on it right now. You can start delivering that outline from November 14th here in the monitoring and evaluation environment for task 7, or you can write me a message through your internal email if you have any questions regarding task 7. Okay, there's no more time. I cannot give you more time for this activity. You've got about a week to do the outline. Based on that outline comes task 8, the final activity right here. I haven't opened forums yet for task 8. I will once the activity starts. This is task 8, goes from November 29th to December 12th. And in this task, you will write down your essay. Of course, you need that first, you need a draft, you got your template. So once you got all this information right here in this same outline you can write down your first draft. That first draft is going to be a mess. It's not going to have the correct punctuation or spelling or grammar because it's just a draft. Once you have that first draft, then you write down your essay right here, okay? And writing that essay, and you're going to write it down many, many times if you want a perfect essay, because you're going to check 3 different things in each draft. In the first draft, you are going to check content, meaning that whatever information is right there is what you want to say. That's the content is what the essay says. If you are agreeing with something, then all the papers should be agreeing with that something. If you disagree, then that would be the one. Then on the second draft, you will check how the essay reads. It means the structure. It means grammar. It means if you are writing in simple present, then try to keep on present. If it is the third singular person, so remember the pluralization of the verb. If you are writing down in perfect present, again, check subject, verb agreement, check your adjectives, are they in the right order, etc., etc. That would be the structure. That would be your second draft. Your third draft is mechanics. Now you have your content, you have the structure. Now you need to check your spelling and your punctuation and see if it makes sense, if it is coherent, if it's cohesive. And once you got that, and it's not only 3 drafts, you can have as many drafts as you want to, because rewriting and editing and re-editing and revising over and over and over again is what makes writing good. Once you finish that, you will upload your essay, your final essay, no drafts, no outlines, just the essay. And your essay is going to look like the one we check over here, this one. See? There is no cover page. You don't need a cover page. You just need to write down your name, my name, academic writing, the date where you finish your essay, and your essay. This is APA. Of course, since it is an argumentative essay, at the end you are going to need a reference page, okay? But this is how it looks more or less. You don't need a cover page. Here, you see, it says a PDF file must be uploaded by each student in the evaluation and monitoring environment as a final product using APA style for presenting college essays. This is how you present a college essay. No cover page, only this tiny little presentation. And the essay and your references at the end, because it's an argumentative essay and you need arguments, and for that you need authors. You need to use in-text citation. Okay, that's task 8, final exam. So remember, task 7 and 8 are related to each other. You need to decide what topic out of these 5 topics do you want to talk about. You have to decide if you agree or disagree, and then develop your writing. This type of exercise, this type of essay is the one that is asked from you on an international writing test. If you go to a TOEFL test, if you go to MET, if you go to, if you do SEPTO, this is the kind of essay they will ask you. They will give you an option different options. You decide the option you like, and then you argue. Okay, so do your best on this exercise. It's going to help you a lot in the future. All right, so those are tasks 6, 7, and 8. Remember, number 6 and number 8 are on the collaborative learning environment. Number 7 is in the practical learning environment. As soon as I get the recording link for this web conference, I will post it right here in the collaborative learning environment web conference meetings. Right here where it says recording coming soon, I will post the recording of this web conference right here. Thank you very much. And if you have any questions, again, you know where to find me. Bye-bye for now.